As Claressa's team scrambles to issue statements and spin the narrative, Remy Ma's sis is out there cackling on Instagram Live, throwing heart emojis and saying that karma moves faster than a diamond. Wait, did Claressa Shields just get disqualified from one of the biggest fights of her career over a pregnancy bombshell dropped at the BET Awards? Are we really witnessing a championship downfall go down live on the red carpet? This isn't just a fight cancellation, baby. It's a full-blown career crisis wrapped in a scandal burrito with a side of Remy Ma's evil laugh. Jab hun, so let's go back a few hours before the BET Awards. Claressa Shields was the name on everyone's lips. She was the undefeated champion and self-declared Gyoat. She wasn't just walking into the award show. She was walking in as a symbol of power, dominance, and perfection. The dress was custom for Subsash, the walk was deadly, and the energy was pure alpha, but baby, she didn't know that. Fate was waiting. So buckle up, because the receipts are nasty, the footage is fuzzy, and this story is about to send the entire internet into a technical knockout. The BET Awards red carpet behind that velvet rope with a steel chair and a live microphone wasn't just glitz and glam this year. It was a war zone. When Claressa passed Remy Ma a few, there was silence, no eye contact, no smiles. Just that icy stare from Remy. The internet went crazy in a matter of minutes because an anonymous tipster wearing a BET staff lanyard allegedly leaked a voice note to a small hip-hop blog that went viral in seconds. The message was that Claressa had been concealing a pregnancy, and worse, it might have been papooses. Yes, we're going there. Within an hour, Twitter looked like a battlefield, with boxing insiders posting #BabyPAPOOSE, side eyes and eyes emojis, and then, as if from the scandal gods themselves, a leaked medical file began to circulate. Was it real or was it photoshopped? It didn't matter. The perception was locked. According to Standard Athletic Commission protocols, the world thought Claressa Shields was secretly pregnant, and if so, she couldn't legally compete in her upcoming fight. The whispers made headlines when the Nevada Boxing Federation, yes, the actual sanctioning body, removed her name from an upcoming championship match. She barely suppressed a smug smile as she added, "I told you all that you can't play with people's families and expect to come out untouched. Life doesn't work like that, baby." Let's catch up, because if you believe that this drama began at the BET Awards, you haven't seen the entire first half of this soap opera. Claressa and Papoose have been dancing around each other for months since Remy and Papoose's breakup, according to rumors that began to circulate last year. Claressa appears a recurring character on a messy reality show with gym videos with Papoose. Check out unintentional dinner sightings in New Jersey and double-check a joint Instagram live where she called him Pap and he failed to correct her baby. That was the unofficial launch party for the scandal, but this pregnancy leak was nuclear. Anonymous direct messages sent to several gossip accounts claimed that Claressa had been boasting to close friends about a surprise announcement that would send Remy into a tailspin. One source even asserted that Claressa was planning to purposefully reveal a baby bump at the BET Awards. Whether or not that's true, the damage was done, as Papoose went completely silent, making no denials, statements, or even tweets. Then came the short, blurry video that was leaked from what appeared to be a BET after-party dressing room. Claressa laughed, she touched her stomach, and the camera pans just before she says, "They're not yet prepared." And that, my friend, was the moment the boxing world started shaking in its boots. Industry insiders immediately began talking about suspension. If Claressa was pregnant, she wasn't just disqualified. She could face contract violations, endorsement cancellations, and even lawsuits from networks that pre-sold advertising based on her upcoming fight. We're talking millions on the line, but let's be real. The real heat didn't come from the boxing commissions. It came from Remy Ma Live, which peaked at over 460K viewers in under 12 minutes. On that stream, Remy didn't hold back. She laughed, she played a snippet of a diss track, and she quoted Nicki Minaj. But most damningly, she said, and I quote, "I had a miscarriage once." The fact that someone would use a pregnancy as a publicity stunt at an award show, saying, "You're not just messy, you're soulless," broke my heart. Then, screenshots of Claressa's previous interviews went viral, particularly the Breakfast Club segment in which she awkwardly sidestepped a question about children by saying, "Let's just say I'm not trying, but I wouldn't be mad if it happened." With the right person, Well, girl, the internet seems to believe that person was Rhee's ex-husband. But just when we thought things couldn't get any more twisted, TMZ leaked a report claiming that Claressa's camp attempted to offer hush money to quell the pregnancy rumors. The fixer offered at least 3 bloggers 5-figure payouts in exchange for removing posts and interfering with their affairs. One blogger declined, and guessed what she received: a mysterious letter from a cease-and-desist. The following day, the streets are abuzz, lawyers are lurking, and the timeline is on fire. Part 1 ended with Papoose' silence, Rhee's shade, Claressa's disappearance, the fight day, and the now famous baby bump whisper captured on camera. But let's say that the leaks get more detailed. The money trails become messier, and someone's manager is going to go live on TV. The bribery, the leaked texts, and a Bet staffer claimed to have witnessed Remy slap Claressa backstage. Let's talk about that Bet Awards backstage, because, according to an anonymous staffer who goes by Lisa Knows on TikTok, claimed to have witnessed a verbal altercation turn into a brief but shocking physical altercation immediately after Claressa stepped off stage. She said, and I quote, "Remy didn't yell. That's what made it scary. She just walked up to her, tapped her shoulder, and said something like, 'You ruined everything.'" Yes, this woman displayed her credentials live before she was mysteriously banned. Is there a video? It appears that there is, but don't get too excited because it is grainy and indistinct and neatly cuts just before the slap. Then the slap happens so quickly, but even security blinked too late. Memes flooded X, formerly Twitter, with captions like, "Remy landed her realest punch since prison," and Bet Awards really said fight night, but that didn't stop the internet from going crazy. But here's where it gets sinister, just hours after that leak, a major PR firm that Claressa's camp is known to work with filed a takedown request across almost 80 gossip pages. Bloggers began receiving warning emails that sounded eerily similar, with one account at Spill All Teeth describing it as, "It's like someone's trying to clean up a crime scene using bleach made out of NDA agreements." Instagram accounts were shadow banned, and TikTok videos were muted. At the same time, boxing promoters were terrified because Claressa was supposed to be the star of a multi-million-dollar pay-per-view fight in just 6 weeks. Endorsement deals were already coming in, and now she's trending under the hashtag #BumpGate. The fight has also disappeared from all promotional websites, so what's the real story? Is she actually pregnant, or is this just a well-timed takedown? Let's talk about receipts, because the screenshots are brutal. Hours after the Bet fiasco, a leaked text thread purportedly between Claressa and a close friend appeared on blogs, in which Claressa seems to write, "I'm not announcing it yet, but yes, it's Paps. And even if the date is only 2 weeks before the bet, I don't owe anyone an explanation." Claressa has never denied the text, and the friend has since deactivated it, but it doesn't stop there. This time, a hotel concierge at the Wynn Las Vegas came forward anonymously and told a sports podcast that Claressa and Papoose shared a suite the night before the Bet Awards. The guest list under Mr. and Mrs. Mackey, yes, that's Papoose's legal last name, allegedly had fresh fruit, sparkling cider, and a crib mattress still in its packaging delivered to their room. Finally, a statement was issued, but let's just say it only added fuel to the flames. They wrote, "We strongly condemn the recent attacks on Miss Shields' character. Personal matters should not interfere with her professional obligations. The upcoming fight was postponed due to scheduling. Girl, you were removed from the card without notice. That's not a calendar issue, that's a quiet ban." Meanwhile, insiders say the Boxing Commission is reviewing leaked documents that claim Claressa was advised by a private physician not to compete. If this is true, and she withheld that info during her contract signing, it's a major breach. If she knowingly entered, the fallout is swift and brutal. And just when we thought it couldn't get any messier, Remy Ma's team revealed that they are shopping a 6-part miniseries on Netflix called What Really Happened, which explores betrayal, lies, sisterhood, and public humiliation. One episode title is Backhand Index Pointing Right: The Bump, the Betrayal, the Bet Awards. Meanwhile, Twitter users are creating timelines similar to the FBI's. This is not only unethical, but it's also financially illegal. We're talking about breach of contract, liability, and possible litigation. The last 3 months of Claressa's Instagram posts were broken down in one viral post that zoomed in on her baggy dresses, strategically placed her hands, and used captions like "New Beginnings" and "Blessed in Silence." Another user pointed out the papoose like every single one of them until the Bet Awards night. And speaking of papoose, he finally broke his silence with a single black and white Instagram story with no caption and a picture of boxing gloves, hung on a nail with a broken heart emoji. Now, let's pause. Is that about Claressa's cancelled career, or is it his way of lamenting his marriage to Remy Ma? According to a source close to Remy, a stylist who worked with her just days ago, Remy's done talking finished. The stylist also asserts that Remy Ma was unaware of the pregnancy until the day of the Bet Awards, when she reportedly learned about it through the same voice note that went viral. Imagine being caught off guard at a major awards show by a leak involving your ex-husband and a woman you already don't trust. Apparently, you can't write better drama than this unless you're us. While Claressa Shields may still be making light jabs online, one thing is certain: this fight won't be taking place anytime soon in the ring or in the PR war zone, because her camp is now dealing with a three-way crisis, a pregnancy they refuse. As the drama turns legal in Part 3, the contracts come under scrutiny, and Remy Ma's producers hint at a second leaked video, this time one that shows Claressa making a deal she wasn't supposed to. The next courtroom threatens Bet blacklists and a hidden clause that could bankrupt Claressa's entire team. So buckle up, because the Bet Network has launched an internal investigation into backstage misconduct and security failures during the award show translation in order to confirm a cancelled fight they won't admit is tied to that pregnancy. Let's break it down. After the Bet Awards, Claressa's management rushed to spin PR, but they were unaware that Bet's own internal investigation had already uncovered something major, a security breach. Now, we're not just talking about Bet Red, carpet chaos, leaked direct messages, and cancelled title bouts. We're talking about legal action, and Claressa Shields is about to find herself in the middle of a courtroom brawl that she cannot win with footwork alone. Several sources, including boxing commissions and Beach's internal legal team, are confirming what we fear could take a multi-million-dollar toll on her career. The tape reports to show Claressa giving an envelope to an unidentified woman just minutes before she walked onto the carpet. The reason for this is that the woman, who is now confirmed to be a freelance blogger who first posted the pregnancy leak and later removed it, is now under subpoena. Rumor has it that Claressa's team may have offered her a 5-figure bribe to postpone or reroute the pregnancy narrative, but the camera caught it, not the words, but the moment the envelope was nodded, the exchange. Now that the freelancer is fully cooperating with receipts, Eyes Inside claim the woman showed BP lawyers assigned to the NDA a wire transfer of $14,800, as well as an email exchange with Claressa's representative that contained one crucial line: we need the story to be kept under wraps until after July 10th, when we have control over the rollout. So when their legal team reviewed Claressa's fight deal, they discovered a clause that explicitly stated, "Fighter affirms under penalty of forfeiture that they are medically fit to compete, and have disclosed any physical condition that may affect performance." If she signed anyway, that's a contract breach, not just a PR scandal, not just bad optics, but a legal liability that could cost her everything. The networks are upset, the sponsors are incensed, and now even the Nevada State Athletic Commission is sniffing around because if Claressa attempted to fight without a medical clearance, that's not only unethical, but it's also a safety hazard for her and her opponent. A commission spokesperson told the Glove Report, "Fighter safety is our top priority. If any deception occurred during contract negotiations or licensing, we will pursue appropriate sanctions, including suspensions or permanent bans." But wait, it gets worse. Remy Ma's team just teased something crazy with the second video, which isn't a blurry slap clip or a baby bump whisper, but rather what they're calling a deal room conversation. Rumor has it that Claressa is debating with her own team about whether to pretend to be injured or remain silent on social media to postpone the fight, and in that video, someone is allegedly saying, "What you can be sure that Remy will blow this up if she finds out." Reese Camp hasn't released the footage yet, but they've confirmed that it exists, and they're threatening to drop it on the premiere episode of her upcoming Netflix series titled Backhand Index Pointing Right. Let her tell you. Meanwhile, Papoose, Mr. Silence himself, is suddenly everywhere. He's been spotted with Claressa again, this time outside of a private studio in Atlanta. TMZ snapped the photo. She's in sweats, he's holding her bag, and the caption reads, "No comment." Fans, however, have theories, spreadsheets, and entire Google Docs that chronicle the timeline in a single document called Claressa Babygate, so they don't need his input. Let's talk about money because Claressa is facing financial collapse as well as public shame. Her fight purse is frozen, her sponsorship deals are eroding one by one, and worst of all, her biggest endorsement is sports. Drink brand that named her the face of the future has now pulled her from all commercials and social media campaigns. Insiders say that deal alone was worth over $1.2 million. Remy Ma is thriving since the scandal erupted. Her Spotify streams are up 187%, and her live appearances are being picked up by the woman who slapped someone on live TV and laughed about. It may be getting paid to tell her side on Welcome to Celebrity Justice, but in the meantime, the company is repairing its own damage. According to a leaked email from an internal meeting, they've started talking about blacklist protocols, and Claire's name is rumored to be on a draft list of celebrities deemed high-risk liabilities. If that's true, it could mean that she will no longer be invited to events, have her handshakes with industry people, or be ghosted by the culture that made her famous. And then, in the most shocking turn of all, a new blog post called "The Bet Baby" went viral. Remy Ma's closing remarks on her last Instagram Live hit harder than any diss track she's ever written. She looked into the camera and said, "There's no joy in watching another woman fall. But when you build your house on lies, don't act surprised when it crumbles. You played games with the wrong one, now sit in it." The private prenatal clinic in New Jersey declined to comment, but commenters quickly unearthed surveillance like photos of Claressa wearing a hoodie and sunglasses outside a building with a women's health sign in the background. Mic drop and scene, but this isn't over. Nope. The boxing world, the entertainment industry, and the fans are all watching with popcorn and subpoenas in hand. And Claressa Shields is running out of time, allies, and cover. So we ask you, the viewers, was this the biggest career sabotage in the history of the Bet Awards, or the most epic case of self-destruction we've ever seen? Did Claressa risk everything in a romance with Rezax and lose the championship, the respect, and the bag in one night, or is there still more to come? If we've learned one thing from this story, it's that scandal moves quickly. Triumph lap following years of public humiliation, and Papoose is either a man caught in the middle or the silent mastermind pulling every string. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Who do you think should be fired, and who is getting a Netflix deal out of this mess? If you made it this far, you deserve an award for staying up to date, Belle. Don't forget to subscribe.